Will FIFA president Gianni Infantino lose his job? If so, who comes in? Published life moves fast for FIFA president Gianni Infantino. It was doing so last month as he was zigzagging across the United States in a private jet to make him virtually omnipresent as the World Cup reached its crescendo. On 19 July, he must have felt on top of the world as, together with U.S. President Donald Trump, they handed the trophy over to Spain. Less than 2 weeks later, Infantino is in a lonely place after scrapping controversial plans to sell off stakes in FIFA competitions to private investment.
Get ready for a fitness upgrade. Featuring cutting-edge technology and high-precision sensors and tracking on the free VSync app, the eTech City Smart Fitness Scale is your platform for success. The scale provides 13 essential biometrics, complete with helpful data graphs on the VSync app, all viewable on your personal profile. The scale handles all kinds of shapes and sizes and is safe for the whole family to use, at home or on the go.
Ready to order? Scan the QR code now or visit grabdeal.us/9.
Condemned by UK Prime Minister Andy Burnham, castigated by fans of the game he professes to want to protect. These can easily be deflected as hazards of the job. Less so the threatened boycott of FIFA competitions by European governing body UEFA, and its subsequent stunning statement in which it declared it had lost confidence in Infantino's leadership. CONCACAF North and Central America and the Caribbean and the AFC Asia also, in their own ways, have offered withering assessments of how FIFA is being run under Infantino. This issue extends far beyond a single proposal, said the AFC. Rather, it has exposed fundamental weaknesses in FIFA's consultation and decision-making processes that must now be addressed. Sources say, in addition to rejecting Infantino's plan, the vast majority of the CONCACAF members are either losing faith in the FIFA president's ability to govern the game or have lost it altogether. On top of that, Carlos Cordero, special advisor to Infantino and appointed by Trump as senior advisor to the White House task force on the 2026 World Cup, has resigned. FIFA's chief operating officer Kevin Lammer said in a statement to Associated Press that FIFA's own administration was deceived about the project. BBC Sport has approached FIFA for comment. It feels as though the walls are closing in on Infantino. But if this is the beginning of the end of his tenure, who takes over? Firstly, it is wise to be realistic. Speaking to BBC Sport earlier this week, former Football Association Chairman David Bernstein said of Infantino, "In a normal organization, if he has to back down due to something of this magnitude, he'd probably be shown the door. But FIFA is not a normal organization. If he has the support of enough of the national associations, he will continue." Former FIFA Vice President Jim Boyce said he thought Infantino would still have enough support to be re-elected, but if things continue at the pace they are continuing, who knows? He added, "If I was a betting man, which I'm not, I would still bet he will get his final 4-year term." Infantino has been FIFA president since 2016. Before that, he was Secretary General of UEFA for 7 years. Few know the map of football politics better than him. Now 56, Infantino became president by beating Asian Football Confederation President Sheikh Salman Al Khalifa by 115 votes to 88. His task was to clean up an organization tainted by corruption allegations following the resignation of predecessor Sepp Blatter. Blatter was cleared of corruption charges last year. "I will work tirelessly to bring football back to FIFA and FIFA back to football," said Infantino at the time. He has twice been re-elected unopposed, and it was expected the same thing would happen again next March. Blatter was unopposed in 2007 and 2011. Brazilian João Havelange was the last person to unseat a FIFA president in an election, ousting Sir Stanley Ruse in 1974. No one opposed Havelange for 5 straight terms until he finally resigned in 1998, aged 82. Letters of support backing Infantino's re-election have been submitted. Victor Montagliani, CONCACAF president, like Infantino, he was elected in 2016 promising governance reform. a former president of Canada Soccer, Montagliani was heavily involved in the build-up to and delivery of the 2026 World Cup, the first to be hosted by 3 nations. He is fluent in French, Italian, and Spanish, as well as English. Explaining his decision to run for the CONCACAF presidency, Montagliani told the BC Business website, "Like anything, when I decide to go, I go. I campaigned on my own dime for 3 months, went to see all 41 countries, from the US to Bonaire, a little island off Venezuela." Montagliani took the lead when CONCACAF hosted an expanded Copa America in 2024. In an interview with BBC Sport, he rejected the idea it could become a regular occurrence. Politically strong, he smoothed relations around Arsene Wenger's attempt to gain support for a World Cup every 2 years and has never truly bought into the idea of a 64-team World Cup. At the Leaders' Conference in 2025, he outlined why he felt football was strong enough to ride out any storm. "The game is bigger than world current leaders," he said. "You have to be realistic about that. That is the beauty of our game. It is bigger than any individual and country." Sheikh Salman bin Ebrahim Al Khalifa, AFC president, initially elected in 2013, he was elected unopposed for a 4th term to run to 2027. The Bahraini has presided over significant growth within the Asian Confederation through the Champions League Elite, Champions League 2, the Challenge League, and the Women's Champions League, which was launched in 2024-25. The Asian Cup has been expanded to 24 teams. Sheikh Salman signed off the brutal takedown of how FIFA is being run by Infantino and has carried with him a 46-member confederation, many of whom are aware the figures being offered by Infantino's plan are huge in terms of their overall football expenditure. Nasser Al-Khelaifi, PSG president and chair of European football clubs. Al-Khelaifi took over as chairman of the European Clubs Association in the aftermath of the other seismic event that threatened to pull the game apart, the ill-fated European Super League, which collapsed within 48 hours in 2021. Al-Khelaifi presided over a name change to European football clubs. More importantly, he expanded it to more than 800 members. Of the biggest clubs, only Real Madrid remain outside. In theory, the Qatari would be a serious challenger to Infantino, but it seems he doesn't want the role. "He genuinely doesn't want the job," was the response of a source close to the 52-year-old when asked about the possibility on Thursday. Matthias Grafstrom, FIFA Secretary General, appointed in May 2024 and an increasingly influential voice around the FIFA table. Multilingual Grafstrom became Infantino's chief of staff following his election as president in 2016. Another very visual presence at the World Cup, he could be seen as being too close to Infantino, and the general feeling FIFA's next president needs to be a non-European might also count against him. FIFA's next president will be confirmed at the organization's 77th Congress in Morocco next March. Candidates have until 18 November to put their names forward.